When learning to recognize eating disorders, it's important to understand that it looks different for everyone. Eating disorders were originally thought just to mainly be diagnosed in young females. And the more and more we learn, it's all cultures, all ages, all sexes. So the first step in understanding and identifying eating disorders is to understand that anybody could be suffering with an eating disorder. So what are the three main types, the three most diagnosed eating disorders? Those are anorexia nervosa, bulimia nervosa, and binge eating disorder. I'm going to talk a little bit about each one of those, and then we'll talk about just ways to identify them. Anorexia nervosa is an eating disorder where people restrict calories. Oftentimes they'll skip meals, reduce to smaller portions. Anorexia nervosa is often identified by the restriction of food. Bulimia nervosa is often identified by the purging of food. So unlike anorexia, there isn't always a restriction of food, so sometimes it can be a little bit harder to identify. Oftentimes it's a compulsive purging, and it's the uncontrollable eating that happens with or like binge eating, which is the next eating disorder in the top three. Binge eating is the uncontrolled desire to eat and also eating. It's not always associated with purging. It's more using food as a comfort and a way to cope with feelings and emotions and hard things. Binge eating is the number one eating disorder in our nation right now. So to go over that, anorexia is the restriction of calories. Bulimia is the purging of the intake of food. And binge eating is the compulsivity of overeating to be able to deal with feelings and emotions and all the things that are going on in our lives.